got your love anymore. Rumor has it.
That is Adele. Rumor Has It is also from the forthcoming album 21. Adele's with us on Soundcheck today. You'll start seeing her on TV beginning with the Today Show next Friday, February 18th, and then she'll be playing at the Beacon Theater this spring here in New York on May 19th. Rumor Has It is kind of a twisted, sordid little tale, isn't it?
It is, but it's complete sarcasm. Like, you know, it's actually about my girlfriends being like, oh, I heard you were dating blah blah, and I was like, I've never even heard of that person, and I just thought I was outraged, but in a kind of in an all right way. I wasn't like angry, but I was just sort of, the fact that I had to set the record straight with my own friends blew my mind.
So every time the chorus comes back, rumor has it something else, you know,
yeah,
every chorus.
And then it ends with a different line.
Right, every chorus
and then all
sort
the
of contradicts...
BVs are whispers, you know, it's meant to be that.
Now, how many of those BVs, those backing vocals, are you?
Half of them are me and half of them are Ryan Tedder. He wasn't. I was so... The reason that song is all quite like one level with my voice, I was so hungover that my hangover knocked off about 4 octaves of my voice. So that's why everything's like, she. He was professional. He was on time. I was late.
Now, you said before that you were in this game for the long haul. Is showing up hungover really a good career move?
Well, it was the Grammys the night before.
Okay.
And also the year I won, I wasn't allowed to celebrate, so I made up for it the following year.
So you won 2 Grammys for that, the first album called 19. Yeah. Obviously, the new one, 21, not eligible for this year's Grammys. No. It came out too late. But there is, you know, a very American kind of background to some of these songs, right? I mean, you were sort of influenced by what you were hearing
heavily.
touring around the States.
Yeah, very much. I was here for quite a while touring, and I like to have consistency because I get homesick. So everyone who's with me is the same people for the whole bulk of the thing. And my driver and my tour manager and band, people just started making me compilations of country and bluegrass, and I discovered Wanda Jackson and T-Bone Burnett through the Raising Sand record and stuff like that. And Alison Krauss, of course. And
you know, a lot of Americans have just discovered Wanda Jackson because of that new
record,
the Queen of Rockabilly.
I can't tell you, but it's so exciting. I'm going to be meeting her. It's going to be so cool. But I can't tell you how. Yeah, I don't think it ain't confirmed. Anyway, I'll tell you after when the mic goes off.
Well, she was here just a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
And she is a pistol.
No, I know she is. I love her.
73 or
so
72,
fierce.
and yeah.
And I got into all this music, and it wasn't part of my life growing up. It ain't a part of mine and my family's culture. So I was just completely like bowled over by it all when I started being introduced to it. And I definitely have not made a country record, but the kind of immediate storytelling, kind of honesty and the delivery and the manipulation of emotions and words and sounds has definitely rubbed off on this record, I think.
And the way the album as a whole kind of takes you on a...
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like it's literally telling a story, but there is kind of an arc to it.
I'm glad you feel like that. Cool, yeah. Thank you.
There is one kind of outlier on the record. You do a cover of Love Song by The Cure, which itself is kind of an unusual... First of all, the album, the original Cure is from the late 80s. Mm-hmm. Were you even around then?
I was 88. Wasn't it 89, Love Song? I thought Love Song was
89,
I think. Yeah, I was a year old.
You were a year old.
Well, no, I was about 8 months old, actually. I was born in May.
So, you know, what drew you to this song?
Well, originally, I definitely wanted to cover, because I really was really moved by the reaction to the Dylan cover of Make You Feel My Love that I did. And I find it a real challenge covering a song in really good ways, but in really bad ways as well. Like, you know, it really kind of cripples me with fear, but I like that feeling. And it was originally Never Tear Us Apart, but my delivery, like my vocal delivery on it, like was like I must have been thinking of like IKEA or something when I was singing it because it was not convincing. And I listened back to it.
There wasn't a hangover involved in this one.
No, I'm not an alcoholic. Hang on, I haven't had a drink for about 6 months. Anyway, I was just I wasn't connected with it, so that idea went out the window. And then Smokey Hormel and Rick Rubin, they were like, "What about Love Song?" And I was like, "What love song?" You know. And Smokey started playing it to me, and it was just if they played that song to me at any other time, any other day in the studio, I would have passed on it. But it was my mum's favourite band, and when I was singing it and we were jamming it as the recording, I could smell my mum when I was 6 years old, and she picked me up from school, and it was so weird. Like, so it just like, you know, it was it was perfect timing for it. And it was a soundtrack to my life. First gig was them. I was 3 years old in Finsbury Park in North London. I used to think Robert Smith looked like Edward Scissorhands, so I used to be really frightened of him, but I love him.
Here is Adele singing the song by Robert Smith and The Cure called Love Song.
However far away, I will always love you. However long I stay, I will always love you. Whatever words I say, I will always love you. I will always love you. Whenever I'm alone with you.
The song is called simply Love Song by the band The Cure from 1989, but it's on the new album by Adele with Smokey Hormel playing the guitar. It has almost a Brazilian feel to it.
The bossa nova tinge to it. It's not Girl From Ipanema, but it's got a bit of a bossa nova flavour, yeah.
The album is out on February 22nd. It is called simply 21, and Adele will be performing May 19th at the Beacon Theatre here in New York. Adele, great to see you again. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having us. Thank you very much.
This is Soundcheck.
I will always love you. However long I stay, I will always love you.
Up next, some musical oddities as we dig deep into the strange matchups and obscure nominees of this year's Grammy Awards. That's next on Soundcheck. Thanks for listening to WNYC On Demand. Please check out our other programs at wnyc.org or on iTunes. This free service is made possible by our listeners. Become a member of WNYC today.